Hello. Today I want to cover some use case of large language models, local large language models, which we will use in LM Studio. Basically, today we will check the Gemma model. A little bit later, I will show you the settings. And today I just want to cover particular stuff and explain how can we use the teamwork of the LM Studio with some local LLM and Python. So we can see in our real life that from time to time we face with some type of the data which is like very messy, unorganized. For example, sometimes we can try to get some information from users and they can input the data in different formats, in different ways, and it's much harder to deal with all these possible cases just by using the Python. And in this case, we can try to use local large language models and structurized our data. So basically here we have the scheme. For example, this is just a visualization of the messy input data, and then we will send it to local LLMs, and then the LM Studio with LLM will parse it for us and reorganize it in a nice way, so we will get a structured output in the JSON format, and then we can use this JSON format in our Python program. So and today I want to show you two different examples here, just like as a summary what we are going to do today. And we will build some practical use cases of Python with the local LLM pairing. Python will control the flow, validates results, uses local data, runs the system, and local LLM part will understand the language, extracts information, matches and reasons, generates answers. So let's take a look on our two use cases that we will see today. Today we will see again the use of LM Studio. In one of the previous videos I covered how to install it and how to set it up. So in my case I already set it up, and basically today I'm using the link mode of the LM Studio because I don't want to record the video and at the same time use the GPU consuming tasks. So the idea that right now I have my Mac connected and the model Gemma 4E4B is running on the Mac, which is like connected, and I am able to use this model from my PC. And this is very nice because now we can use REST API. So you can take a look on the REST API of how can you communicate with the model in a programmatic way. Basically, we can, for example, send a post request to the model, shape our input prompt, and then we will get a response from the model. But in this case, we are using the API instead of the classical interaction in the chat mode that you can try here. This is a part about LM Studio, so I will minimize it. And now let's go to the Visual Studio Code. So I will show you today two particular examples of how can we leverage the local large language models in the real practical tasks. And I will cover two cases. It's a fuzzy matching and form filling. They are somewhat similar, but I think that it's nice just to demonstrate how can we use them. In the first example, let's assume that we have some messy inputs from the user. So this is a list of the inputs that we collected from users or from the user. And as you can see, there are some company names and they can have some typos or misspelling, or some of the companies can be, for example, not in our known database. And we will try to somewhat restructure the data, organize it in more nice way by using the large language model which is running on our local machine. So this is a list of messy input, and in the same time we have known companies. So this is a list of known companies, and we want to check whether the input by the user is inside of our known companies. So for example, if we take a look on the messy input, there is a Apple Inc. And if we go back to known companies, there is Apple Inc. but the way how it's written here is more accurate and more proper. So and the idea is like to match them properly. And for that I have some utils. So let's briefly go over the utils. In this case, I just like specified how to load JSON files, how to load known companies. So this is a very simple part. And ideally, so for this code, in case if you don't know how to write Python program, you can also use the local LLM. Just like you just need to have utils to communicate with the model. So and I hope that it will shape you a proper file in case if you provided all necessary information. So here we have like how to load prompt. I also specified the prompt, so this is a template for the prompt. You can take a look on it. The main idea here that we just specify what we expect to get as a response from the model, so that we want to get just a proper JSON syntax that we will be able to parse inside of our Python program. And yeah, basically then we just checking what is the available model right now in the LM Studio, and then we just get the first available model, and in the next parts we are asking the LM Studio with provided input. We will provide this messy input to the model, we will ask it to make it nice, and we will get it back. So let's just go to the matcher IPyNB. I created a Jupyter Notebook file, and now we will just run everything and we will go over to see how it works. So right now I ran everything, and now I can see that my model is working on generating the output. Basically here, if you see right now the cell which is running, it's where we asked the LM Studio with our message. Yeah, it takes time, so we need to wait until it's done, and then we will see the final output. So yeah, basically here in this video I just want to cover the broad idea of how can we, for example, think about different tasks and how can we use LLMs for solving them. And in this case, let's take a look on the final cell. So here we already shaped and built it, the final result. And this is the input that we provided to the LM Studio. So as you can see, this is our messy input, and then we have a match pair. So for example, for Apple Inc., it's like done it very accurately and identified the proper naming. Also, we can see that there are sometimes something which is like harder to match, but even in this case, the model worked perfectly. So for example, the proper name of Google LLC is the alphabet, which was correctly identified. And then also we can see that there are some missing values, for example, for SpaceX. But in case if we go to known companies, we can check the space, and it's really not in the list of our known companies. So that means that the output is expected. And there are two more examples which are not found, and you can double check it in known companies that these names are indeed completely missing in the known list. So this was the first example, and now let's go to the next one, which is a form filling. The idea is somewhat similar. So we have the prompt template that we will use to send to the model. So in this case, the idea is that we want to get the user inputs. So this is some, we can think about it as some reminders or statements about some past activities. And then we want to organize them in a very nice way. We want like to extract the date from the input and also the amount that we spent, and all this type of information we want to structurize it in a very nice way by using the large language model. So yeah, and the idea is stored here. So we just want to get a proper JSON, and yeah, we again have some utils.py, but they are very similar to the one that we saw before. So let's just run all the cells and check the final output again. So one more time, here we send the prompt to the LM Studio, and right now we are just waiting to get the output back. So okay, we got the response from the model, so it took 1 minute. And then we have, so let's just go to the end of the Notebook. So here we have the input that we got from the file that we had before, and then how it was parsed. For example, lunch with Maria last Friday about 34, and if we check, we have the name that was built by the model. Also, we extracted the date, amount, and assigned the category. So if we missing something, we will get it as a missing fields. In this case, everything is the message that we got was enough, and we was able to extract all the required fields. But we can take a look on the following example. For example, printer paper from Staples around 20 bucks. So we know the information about the amount, but there is no information about date. And in this case, we need some clarifications. And in this case, we can send some extra questions to the user and get information about the date. And also there is one particular example about dinner with Alex. Here we see that there is a dinner with Alex as a name, but we don't know information about the date, and we don't know the amount that we will spend or that we already spent before. So I think that this is a very nice examples of how can we use the local LLMs in our work. Basically, you just limited by your imagination. You can think about what kind of tasks you have already in your life and try to use the local LLMs. In my mind, it's very nice because it's secure, so you don't share the information with some other people. So all the data stored on your local machine. And yeah, so this is very nice. I hope that you like the video. And in case if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. See you next time.